Welcome to Mind Your Presence, a space where mindset meets soul work. I'm Crystal, and I'm here to help you transform how you think, how you feel, and how you show up for your life. Each week, we'll dive into powerful practices, inspiring insights, and grounded guidance to reconnect you to your truth, rewire your beliefs, and expand what's possible for you. Because your presence is your power, and you're here to live fully, freely, and on purpose. So let's begin. Welcome back to Mind Your Presence. As a reminder, if my message found your presence, then your presence is meant to be here. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But remember to keep an open mind so you can receive the message that is meant for you. Now, if you've been feeling stuck in survival mode, overwhelmed by all that's not working, disconnected from your joy, or you feel like something is off or missing, this episode is meant to guide you. I believe that gratitude and love is the gateway to our authenticity. Gratitude is more than just a list that you write when you wake up or go to bed. It's a nervous system reset, a shift in perception, a change in perspective. Because as we know, how you perceive your world controls how you receive it. Returning to what's already working, what's already real and experienced through our senses in the present moment reinforces our ability to have faith in the unseen, miracles and magic, if you will. It changes the dynamic of the quote, "See it to believe it," and it allows us to believe it before we see it. Today, we're doing a full reset, one that brings you back to presence, peace, and power. Take a deep breath with me. Now release it and feel your tension leaving your body, mind, and soul. Now thank you for being here with me. Let's talk about your brain's internal filter. It's something called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS for short. It's a small network of neurons in your brainstem, and it acts like a gatekeeper for your attention. All day long, your brain is bombarded with millions of bits of information every second, constantly scanning. And the RAS decides what to focus on, what's relevant, what's important, or what's potentially threatening, i.e., survival. It tunes your awareness based on what you habitually focus on and place your awareness on, what you emotionally react to, and what you believe to be true about yourself, about others, and how you believe the world works for you. Here's the thing about your RAS. It's wired for survival first and fulfillment second. So anger and fear are part of our threat response system. They activate the amygdala, flood the body with stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, and demand your attention immediately. It only takes one spark of fear or anger to overwhelm your whole system. Happiness and calm, on the other hand, are subtler. They expand slowly, like sunlight warming your skin. They can be just as powerful. Think falling in love, the birth of a child, or spiritual awakening. But because they're not tied to survival, your brain doesn't register them with the same urgency. That's why your RAS naturally tunes into what feels wrong before what feels right. Survival priority is fear and anger signaling potential danger, so they get flagged instantly. Emotional intensity is your stress hormones make negative emotions feel louder in your awareness. And then negativity bias, missing a threat could mean life or death. But missing a happy moment or something exciting, that's not a survival risk. Though it's probably a bummer. But here's the empowering part. You can retrain your RAS with repetition and emotion. Practices like gratitude, affirmations, and mindfulness teach your brain to scan for safety, joy, love, and possibility, not just danger. This means if you're always thinking, I'm behind, then the RAS will filter in more signs that you're falling short. If you focus on what's missing, the RAS will highlight more lack. And these thoughts and emotions all put your nervous system into survival mode, one way or another. But if you start intentionally practicing gratitude, even in small ways, the RAS will begin to filter in more beauty, abundance, joy, and peace. Happiness will find you habitually instead of you searching for it or chasing it, trying to force it. Gratitude tells your brain, this is important. Notice more of this. Point it out to me. Over time, the RAS will shift to look for good things, safety, opportunities, not just the problems. So no, you're not lying to yourself or being insincere or manipulative when you practice gratitude. You're literally reprogramming the lens your brain uses to experience life. The RAS is highly influenced by emotionally charged repetition. Gratitude works when you don't just think it, but you feel it in your body. You speak it into existence by saying it out loud, noticing it, bringing that attention and that awareness to it. That is why micro moments matter. Simple. Saying, I'm grateful for this quiet moment while breathing deeply. Feeling warmth in your chest when you appreciate a friend or somebody close to you. Those sparks of joy that fill your heart when your little one does something adorable or new, and it's so exciting. Bring that to your attention and your awareness. Or even acknowledging your body. I'm so grateful that you carry me through every day. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. Your body is your temple. Treat it as such. Appreciate it. These aren't just feel-good practices. They're neurobiological repatterning tools. That's a big word, but you're literally reframing your perception. And you're training your RAS to do it on autopilot. You are not at the mercy of your environment. You are the programmer of your perception. And gratitude is one of your most powerful lines of code. Gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the calm, the healing state. When you're stuck in lack, our brain filters reality through scarcity, through your RAS. Gratitude rewires that filter. It gently tells the brain to notice the good, the positive, the love, the joy, whatever feelings you're allowing it to focus on. It's not spiritual bypassing, it's nervous system safety. For you to manifest, you've got to feel safe with whatever you're trying to manifest. Gratitude is saying, I am safe enough to notice the beauty and the simplicity in life. I don't always have to be on high alert and miss the amazing things that I get to experience every single day. You're not ignoring problems. You're just not focusing solely on them. You're balancing your perception, good and the bad, light and the dark, yin and the yang, right? Two sides of a coin. Gratitude doesn't ignore pain. It expands your capacity to hold it alongside joy. So some tools that you guys can utilize that help me every day include doing your micro moments of gratitude. So this would look like, I love the way this light looks. I'm grateful for this breath I'm taking. This tea tastes amazing. The color of that car is beautiful. Compliment people and be grateful for the beauty that is around you. When you compliment another person and you're doing it authentically, you're literally pointing out the beauty in the world, and you're telling your RAS that you are grateful that you get to experience that. Indulge in your senses and be present with even the simplest experience. I compliment people and things all day long. Sometimes I'm outside by myself and I look up at the sky and say, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for those gorgeous clouds. They're so fluffy, and I'm really excited that I get to experience them. Another thing you can do is the gratitude body check. What parts of your body feel safe right now? Which ones feel strong or supported in your now moment? This is especially good to do when you feel something good and you point out the gratitude, and then in that moment, scan your body and feel where that gratitude is coming from. You can do your nervous system gratitude. This is one of my personal favorites. I'm grateful for my body never giving up on me. I'm grateful for my legs. I'm grateful for my arms. I'm grateful for my eyes. Just the different things that I don't want to say take for granted, because it's not necessarily that we're taking things for granted because we're not noticing them. because it's autopilot. We can see until we need glasses or, God forbid, something else. Walking until something hurts, and then we notice what we had and what we don't have anymore, if that makes sense. And even in those moments, some people find it hard to be grateful for what they had and not focus on what they no longer have. So what I'm telling you is to be grateful right now for things that seem normal, that seem simple, that are just autopilot for you, for a lot of us. That's why when you see a story of something that happens to someone, that brings grief to your heart and gratitude too, because it makes you think. So I want you to do that daily without having to experience someone else's loss or your own to feel it. And the last thing I've got for you would be gratitude for contrast. So even the challenges are shaping who I'm becoming, right? Looking at everything as there's something in it for you. I say this to people all the time. Some people think it could be toxic positivity. I'm not asking you to smile and look away. I'm asking you to sift through the uncomfortability, to sift through the pain, if there is some, and find what there is to be grateful for in it, because there is always something to be grateful for. Those are those affirmations that you can utilize, like I said, where it's even the challenges are shaping me. I'm learning something from this. Everything is happening for me and my highest good. Everything always works out for me. I don't care what I'm seeing right now, right here. I know that this is a bridge to something better for me. So we'll go with something simple, right? Something like losing your job. If you take the time to reframe that from, oh my gosh, I lost my job. What am I going to do? Everything is falling apart. I'm so scared. Where you allow that survival mode to kick in, fear and anxiety. And even in the midst of all the darkness, quote, I found the light. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I know that when a door closes, another one opens. So this job wasn't for me. Nothing that is for me will pass me by. There may be something better, or I'm just not supposed to have that right now. And that's okay. If you feel strongly that something is for you, then it probably is. It's just not the right time. Believe in that. Hold that. Trust that. Trust yourself. When you bring gratitude to the present moment, you don't just feel better, you become safer, softer, and the more open you are, the more you receive. So start practicing the reframing method, utilizing gratitude. It's where you reframe negative perceived moments using gratitude. An example would be, instead of, I have so much to do, I'm grateful that I have meaningful work. Instead of I feel stuck, I'm grateful I'm becoming aware of what I need. It's in my awareness, it's at my attention. Gratitude is a form of self-trust. It says, I believe there's something good in this too, even if I can't see it right now. Believing in the unseen, having faith. I'll give you a small example. Today, I found myself complaining about all the cleaning I had to do. I have a small toddler, so of course, the house is typically a mess 4 to 5 times a day after I clean up. Lots and lots of laundry. And when I was sitting at the washing machine, I thought, I am only on my 3rd load of laundry, and I have 7 more to go. My goodness. And then I thought, nope, we're going to reframe this. And in this tiny moment, I found so much gratitude. I even tracked it back to my past. So I thought, no, I am so grateful that I have the clothes that I do, because I have the unique ability to express myself through style. I'm able to go into a closet and pick something out and wear something that screams, this is Crystal, every day, no matter what personality is with me that day. I am grateful that my son doesn't need or want for anything, especially in the clothing department. He's got pajamas that make him excited as a toddler. He can decide not to wear the Mario shirt and wear the Cars shirt. He's a very lucky little man, and I'm grateful for that. My mother, I don't have to worry about having a clean towel. I don't have to worry about having clean sheets. I've got more than enough, and I am so grateful for that. So you know what? Thank you. Thank you so much, universe, for giving me all this laundry that accumulated in less than a week. But thank you for allowing me to have the abundance in my life that I do. Even something as simple as clothing. I have been lucky to experience the lack of that ability. And I say lucky because experiencing the lack allows me to understand the gratitude I hold today. I have been at friends' houses and experienced them having less than I did. I've lost all my clothes as a teenager and literally had to go try to find what I could at shelters. And so, yeah, I am grateful for laundry. Listen, this whole message is to tell you gratitude isn't a task. It's a transformation. It's not about being fake positive and finding something just to have something, because we all have something to be grateful for. Multiple things. It's about reclaiming your lens, reclaiming your awareness, and in the midst of it all, reclaiming your life. You can feel the fear and still notice the light in the darkness. You can hold grief and still say thank you. That's what it means to live in alignment. To understand, accept, and learn and grow through everything. So before I go, I will ask you to just take one more deep breath with me. Now release it. And as you're releasing, release anything that feels heavy in your shoulders, on your chest, and in your mind. And while you sit here with me for the last few seconds, I want you to think of one thing right now that you're grateful for. Something, if you can, maybe you thought about it through this message, something that you don't normally pay attention to. Now hold that thought in your mind, in your heart, and let that feeling move through your entire body. Like a bright light starting at your heart and spreading across everywhere, expanding into your aura. Carry that with you today. That beauty, that love, that light. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for being you and sharing your beauty with me and the world. This is your gratitude reset. If you need anything from me, you know where to find me. Make the comments. Go to TikTok. I'm always here. My mission is to help anyone and everyone I can. And I know that this message will reach the people that need it the most. Not before and not after, but the perfect moment that they need to hear it. I will see you next time. And until then, I send you all my love and my light. And I hope you have a beautiful, grateful day.